Welcome to this edition of the Lucid Quest Endocrinology Strategic Roundup, covering developments from June 23rd through July 20, 2026. The defining story of this reporting period is that competition in diabetes and metabolic disease is moving beyond product performance toward the ability to deliver earlier intervention, durable disease modification, and simpler care at scale. The market is increasingly rewarding companies that can combine scientific innovation with manufacturing capability, regulatory execution, reimbursement strategy, and real-world implementation. Several developments pointed to this evolution, with four major themes standing out. The first theme was the emergence of platform competition in type 1 diabetes cell therapy. Long-term durability data for hypoimmune modified islet cells, together with expanded intellectual property around cell enrichment technologies, suggests that competitive differentiation is shifting beyond insulin production alone. Immune evasion, scalable manufacturing, product consistency, and defensible intellectual property are becoming equally important. For executives, this signals that commercial success may depend as much on execution and scalability as clinical performance. What remains uncertain is whether encouraging early durability can be reproduced in larger studies and ultimately translate into reduced insulin dependence, sustainable manufacturing, and broad reimbursement. A second major theme was the growing strategic importance of complication prevention. FDA clearance of automated diabetic retinopathy screening software and new real-world evidence supporting metformin adherence reinforce a broader shift toward earlier detection and sustained disease management. These developments suggest that value in diabetes care is expanding beyond glycemic control to include prevention of downstream complications that drive healthcare costs. However, regulatory clearance and observational evidence alone do not guarantee adoption. Reimbursement, workflow integration, provider engagement, and measurable improvements in patient outcomes will remain important watchpoints. The third theme involved health system partnerships as drivers of market development. Vietnam's National Hypertension and Diabetes Initiative illustrates how governments, healthcare providers, academic institutions, and industry are collaborating to strengthen chronic disease management through education, digital infrastructure, workforce development, and standardized care pathways. This reflects an important commercial shift in which expanding healthcare capacity may become an essential component of market access, particularly in emerging economies. The key uncertainty is execution over time, including sustained funding, data governance, clinical outcomes, and whether stronger healthcare infrastructure ultimately translates into broader patient access. The final theme was the increasing commercial value of convenience across endocrine care. Progress in oral osteoporosis therapy, biosimilar expansion, and long-acting self-administered treatments demonstrates that route of administration, affordability, and reduced treatment burden are becoming meaningful competitive differentiators. These developments suggest that patient-friendly delivery may increasingly influence adoption alongside efficacy and safety. Still, pricing, reimbursement, physician acceptance, manufacturing reliability, and real-world persistence remain critical factors that will determine long-term commercial success. Looking ahead, we will be watching larger clinical studies evaluating the durability of type 1 diabetes cell therapies, evidence that immune-evasive approaches can reduce insulin dependence without chronic immunosuppression, reimbursement and real-world adoption of automated retinopathy screening, measurable outcomes from Vietnam's Integrated Care Initiative, and whether more convenient endocrine therapies improve persistence and expand patient access in routine practice. The key takeaway from this reporting period is that leadership in diabetes and metabolic disease is becoming increasingly defined by execution. Scientific innovation remains essential, but long-term competitive advantage may depend on whether therapies and technologies can be manufactured reliably, integrated into care pathways, reimbursed effectively, and successfully scaled across real-world healthcare systems. Thank you for joining this edition of the Lucid Quest Strategic Roundup. For more healthcare market intelligence and strategic analysis, visit www